So, man, let's talk about these Carolina Panthers. This is a team that is still currently statistically able to make the playoffs in that terrible NFC South division. And this team, like I said in a couple videos ago, I said this team has a bright future, and we're seeing it right now. The Carolina Panthers just needed consistent quarterback play and the quarterback not to turn the football over. Ever since Sam Darnold's come back, the offense has taken a step up. And when they fired Matt Rule, this team took a complete 360. They have a victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have a victory over the Atlanta Falcons. And they have a victory over the New Orleans Saints. This team has beaten every team in their division. And with all the rest of the teams in this division looking really bad, I think the Panthers could make the playoffs. And their defense has been very good throughout this entire season, even from last season. Derek Brown and Brian Burns are giving you pressure at a consistent rate, and you're finally starting to see a show right now. This team has a good secondary, and this is with Dante Jackson being out because he's missed the last couple of games with a torn Achilles. They're playing very good football right now. I'm looking at the Carolina Panthers. They traded Christian McCaffrey halfway towards the season. When they traded Christian McCaffrey, a lot of people had a lot of questions. Hey, they're rebuilding. They're looking to get a brand new quarterback. But it seems like when Steve Wilks took over as being interim head coach, this team didn't lay down for anybody. This team went out there and they're fighting a lot of teams. They're winning a lot of games they shouldn't be winning right now. The Carolina Panthers are a scary team in the NFC for the simple fact that their defense can go out there and stop some of the best offenses in all of football. We saw they just did against the Seattle Seahawks where they just won 30-24. When was the last time the Carolina Panthers scored 30 against a team that was not the Atlanta Falcons? They were not able to do this at all underneath Matt Rule. A lot of people, including me, were talking about Ben McAdoo in the system and what was going on. It's pretty clear cut and see who had their nose in the system. That was Matt Rule. Steve Wilks is the right coach of this team, my opinion. This is a very good football team. All they needed was just for a quarterback to come in, not turn the football over, be consistent, and feed the playmakers on this team, such as Terrence Marshall, DJ Moore, he's a very talented wide receiver, and they're running the football at a high clip with Deontay Foreman, who has been exceptional since they traded Christian McCaffrey. He's come in and he fits this system perfectly. They went in, they fixed the offensive line, they drafted Akeem Okwonwu, they got Austin Corbett in free agency. And those are money moves that are paying off right now. Because for the last couple of years, the biggest spots on the Carolina Panthers were their defense. A couple years ago with Teddy Bridgewater, they went in and fixed that. They drafted that up to the T, and they fixed his offensive line. Akeem Okwonwu is an excellent tackle for this team. Austin Corbett has been a good guard. They're doing everything in their power to play winning football. If they win the next 3 games, this team could make the playoffs. If they win their next 4 games, they could win the playoffs. You're going against the Pittsburgh Steelers at Carolina. You're facing a red-hot Detroit Lions team. You're facing Tampa Bay Buccaneers again, and you'll be facing the New Orleans Saints. Now, that is a tall task. That is a very tall task. That's going to be hard to do, but it's possible for them to do that. A lot of people had the Seattle Seahawks beating this team. Their defense could carry them through some games. As long as Sam Darnold does not turn the football over. And this is the thing with Sam Darnold. We saw it last season when they went 3-0. He caught fire. The reason he caught fire, the offensive line protection was good enough to that point and they could run the football. The wheels got off the track a little bit when Sam Darnold had a lot of pressure in his face and Christian McCaffrey got hurt and he got injured. When you give him protection and you give him a decent run game, I can tell you right now, Sam Darnold has some talent. He could be a starting quarterback in the NFL if he just cuts down the turnovers. And we've seen it in the last 2 weeks. He's played some good football. Yeah, it hasn't been perfect, but it's been good. I'm not counting the Carolina Panthers out. You guys know me. I love this team. I'm not going to count them out. I like a lot of players on this team, and I believe in a lot of players on this team. They're playing very good football right now. J.C. Horn is showing that he was worthy of being a first-round pick. Now, this team long-term, they still need to find out a quarterback solution because Sam Darnold's not going to be the long-term quarterback. But Sam Darnold's good enough right now that you can win games. You're seeing it. You beat the Denver Broncos. You beat the Seattle Seahawks. You had the games with P.J. Walker to where he stepped in. He looked good as well. Don't let these people fool you. Baker Mayfield is still not a good quarterback. Don't feel bad about you just cutting him to the wayside. He shouldn't have been on the roster to begin with. The Panthers are making the right smart decisions. I still think that they will draft a quarterback in this draft class if they do miss the playoffs. But it's possible they can make the playoffs right now in the division that they're in. The Carolina Panthers can make the playoffs. They turned their season completely around. They have turned it completely around, and it shows right now that Steve Wilks is the right coach of this team. He has changed everything about this team. We're finally starting to see what he can do on a team with just decent quarterback play. This man has ran through 3 quarterbacks. And to get this team up to this point, I'm just proud and excited to see what the future holds for this team. Because Steve Wilks did so dirty with the Arizona Cardinals. So to see him with a franchise that hopefully believes in him and will give him the opportunity to be a starting coach and to be the for sure head coach for just at least one full season to see what he has to offer, that would be awesome. But the Carolina Panthers are doing this right now with lackluster quarterback play, with a guy that they don't really trust, but they trust enough to get them through certain spots. Imagine what they could do with a guy that is franchise level. Imagine what this team could be. But right now, they turned their season completely around. This was a team that could not score any points. They could not move the ball down the field. They get Baker Mayfield out the starting lineup. They get rid of Matt Rule. They insert P.J. Walker. The offense got better. They insert Sam Darnold. It looks better. They're able to throw the ball down the field. Earlier in the season, they couldn't even break over 10 points. They couldn't even break over 13 points. DJ Moore could not get the ball in his hands. He was getting bad down the line of scrimmage because of Baker Mayfield. Now, DJ Moore looks more alive with P.J. Walker. He looks more alive with Sam Darnold. This team has talent. And you still have a guy in Laviska Shenault who is an excellent playmaker as well. You put the ball in his hand. They have good players on this team. Do not sleep on the Carolina Panthers. They may miss their goal of making the playoffs, but they can stop your team from eventually making the playoffs as well. You have to be very careful. This is not a team I'm going to sleep on right now. They're competing in the NFC. That defense is elite. It's just a matter of fact if that offense can stay up to standard right now. But Deontay Foreman deserves his roses. The offensive line deserves theirs as well, and so does Sam Darnold. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about the Carolina Panthers. It's possible for them to make the playoffs, but I'm here for you in the comment section. Do you think they can make the playoffs? I still do think that they're going to draft a quarterback, and they need to draft a quarterback in the first round. But if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, I want each and the last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.